One of my favorite topics, time. Are you valuing your time? Are you selling and spending your time, or are you investing your time? It's either or. It's always either or. And are you valuing your time enough? Are you really aware that, that how you are reckless with your time, how much that time can be used for something beneficial and how much you are giving it away. And I'm going to tell you a little story. Hi, my name is Maya. I'm Maya 7 Stars, and I'm here to help you get to your highest timeline. I'm here creating masters, and this is what I do all day, every day. So I was so lucky that I've learned this lesson so early in my life, because my life produced such a dualities to such extremes. So I made sure that I've learned all of those lessons. So here in a Western world, you would say, the time is speeding up. People are busy. They're always busy, always stressed, this and that. And what if I told you that I lived 10 times more that? So if you can imagine how busy this world is and how much time is speeding up, I was, let's say at least 5 times that, because I used to live and work on a 6-star cruise line for many years. And this is where I was working morning shift, evening shift, no day off for 6 months minimum to a year, Depends how ambitious I was at the time. And this is how I actually learned on the ground, because you're working the morning shift. Then I had a little bit time between the morning and evening. I would go out to see the new country, city, whatever, and then I would come back hopefully to have a 1 hour nap or something, because the evening shift starts at 6 o'clock and I'm gonna be working again until 10 o'clock, and then if you finish 10 o'clock in the evening, right, you have just 2 or 3 hour stops because you have to sleep. And then this is where it was, you have a couple of hours to yourself, and you either gonna wash your hair that night, or you're gonna go to the crew bar, for example. You cannot do 2 things at that night. You cannot wash your hair and do something else. Are you gonna watch a movie, or you're gonna read a book or whatever? But it was, that's how valuable time is. And this is where I already learned to not waste my time, because that little time that I had, it was so precious. So why would I then give this little time for some asshole that's anyway, it's not gonna be my divine counterpart, and this is how I respecting myself, respecting my own time, that I was really learning how this time was precious. And that stand with me this whole time. Even when I came here to Australia and I was developing myself, and my husband was supporting me in the beginning, to develop myself and all these things. And, but still I was so respecting my own time. I wouldn't waste my own time. I'm always like I would not, I'm such an extreme that I would not read a book just for a pleasure, just for entertainment. Those things, they don't exist with me. I'm always intentional. I'm investing. I will never read something just for a pure entertainment, to waste my time. How people say to kill my time. No, why would you kill your time? The time is the most treacherous thing, right? And I will only read and do things that can improve me. This is why I'm so resourceful, because I don't watch TV for the last 15 years. Since how I went to the cruise ships and all these things, even before that, since 2005 minimum, that I don't watch TV. Because why would I allow someone to program me, with those frequencies and everything? I program myself. I invest in myself. So really, look at yourself. Are you spending, or are you investing your time? Because on the end of the day, you know, like I get all upset, you know, how they created this, you know, hourly rate. You're literally selling your hour for you know, and it's you know how they make it so cheap, you know, like $20 an hour. You're slaving somewhere, you're selling your life. You know, this is where it comes to, you know, you have to find your own truth. You have to be working, you know, from your gifts, talents and everything, because everyone came here. You came here with your gifts and talents. You're not here to do anyone's certification, anyone copy. You don't need anyone to certify you. You don't need anyone to certify. The other day I was walking and I thought to myself, because my mom, like I would really love her to learn. My mom is going levels now with me and doing all this work, and you know, she's going levels and all these things. And you know, we were talking about like that she can you know, go to school to learn homeopathy, because I would really find this health, you know, tomorrow for my healing center, you know, to have her to heal me, my family, her, whoever comes into our equation, you know. And we were talking about this, and she was looking, you know, how she can go to school and everything else. And then on my walk, I was like, why would she need to go to school? Like, why would she? Like, listen, knowledge is universal. Knowledge is from people. And then why I would give, you know, and pay and go on someone else's schedule and stress out on the exams and all the bullshit what they put these people through, so that Rockefeller, that, you know, took all this away from people, can give me a certificate. I was like, and no. Listen, if you want to learn something, the knowledge is there. And even in this instant, I was like, you know, Mom, hello, you can buy all the books there is, even, you know, the regular books for the, you know, university she was planning to go for the next 4 years, for example. Like, why would she put herself through that stress to have someone certify her? And I'm so against all this certification, you know, bullshit. And I said to her, you know, like, you know, do a little course, do this and that, you know, and learn, because you are learning, you know, you have to learn out of your interest. This is how I learn everything. This is how you learn everything. This is how it was, how people used to learn through the centuries. It was always, you know, passed by elders, you know, people, the kids, they were raised up in a tribes and everything else. This is how we learn. It's not in a sit down, not down, yes, good morning, Mrs. whatever, you know. And so my mom felt actually amazing, and she said, like, that's right, why would I do that? I said, you know, buy all the books, you know, what you're gonna have opportunity about, you're gonna learn, you know, how to heal, I don't know, thyroid or whatever, you know, or what I'm gonna be needing, or for kids what we're gonna be needing, you know, opportunity is gonna be there. And then you're actually learning something that is of your interest, that is beneficial. And then why would you need a certificate? You know, it's like the curse is broken, like my last video. Really, you know, this is how so many people got triggered, because I said about Reiki, it's all based on the evil source. Like, why would you practice Reiki? You don't know who is Reiki. Do you know? No, you don't know. No, you obviously don't know. And your practice is something that you have been taught. You don't know what are you practicing. You have your own knowledge. I do energy work. I do it myself. I've learned it myself. I am not doing anyone else's rituals and practices or whatever, right? This is only the safe way that you know that you are actually doing a good thing. And who's going to certify me? I'm saying always, only God can certify me. This is why I'm here alive. This is why you're listening to this video, because you're still alive. And if you're still alive, that means that your mission isn't over yet. So, back to time. I think that I said everything. But really, I offer that perspective for you, and and don't tell me, and that was the other thing that I didn't want to forget. And the other thing is that doesn't matter how much you are busy. I always say to this, and my husband say, when you like when you're busy, you always do the most work when you're busy, because doesn't matter how busy you are, you always have the time for things that matter. And doesn't matter how much you are busy, you always get to do all of these things. It's just, are you gonna on which pace you're gonna pick that up. Because when I was so busy and I had the least time, which is on this cruise ship. This is where I've done the most and the hardest work on myself. Bang! All on my own, while working crazy hours, while running outside to see every city, every country, 5 times that. And, every night the same story. I was just, deprived in sleep because we never had enough time. But this is indeed the most, like every single thing that I could get online, the internet was just, started to boom. We had, maybe we were lucky we had the internet, and I would download ebooks and whatever. I was printing the ebooks and then I was reading in my cabin. It was a journey, a long journey for me. And this is where I've done the best work on myself. So you having no time to build your business, to do this, it's simply not true. It's simply not true. It's just about, you valuing your time, you're managing your time properly, you're putting yourself first. Like for me, where I'm playing now at that level of responsibility, I am not allowed to go and have, chit chat, coffee, whatever, gossip, because like this is waste of my time. If I cannot be of service to you, I'm not allowed to waste my time in a company that, that I don't benefit, they don't benefit. It's just spending the time. I never spend my time. I always invest my time. And this is why I go next level, next level, next level, which I invite you to do as well, and to really, think about this story. I had 2 hours, 3 hours stop, and if you would go to the crew bar and have a party, that will mean no sleep for that day, for that night, or very little sleep for a couple of hours. And then tomorrow there would be a whole day long, when they are embarkations, that's like 16 hours straight up. You just change the uniforms, but you get in such a shape, and I was saying like, what I'm working? I'm not even working, like I'm just changing the uniforms. Like I was so, on top of my game, and I managed to see every single thing. I went everywhere outside. There is no country, there is no city that I haven't seen that. Like I really, there is no, like dining and wining outside and everything. I managed all of that, and at the same time to work two shifts a day, in the same time to deprogram myself, in the same time, to figure it out what I want, and to get in that position to actually get this divine meeting with my husband. And then, the fairy tale happened, and the next chapter came over here. Once, maybe for a Valentine's Day, I can tell you my true fairy tale that I've got, only because I've done this work. So I love you guys. Investing or spending, either or. You cannot be, and every 4 minutes you have a new choice. And because your life ends up as a choices that you make. I make a choice to do this. I make a choice to be on my own for this time, because I didn't want to spend the time with someone that's anyways not gonna be my divine counterpart, right? So, I wanted to be alone, to do the thing on my own, to come back to myself fully, so that I was then ready and healed, so that I actually have something to offer in my divine union that I have today. So that's my wish to you. So this was my 7 stars. Subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. I love you guys.